guys, and welcome back to the Ducks and Dogs podcast. My name is Mike, here again with my co-host Matt. How you doing today, Matt?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good news in Washington football recruiting for the first time in your lifetime, it feels like.
First time in a while. Yeah, as of a couple hours ago, I guess we can hop into it right away.
Right into it.
Top 300 prospect, Mr. Williams from Pittsburgh, California, is crystal balled by Huffman, Wiltfong, and Eklund to go to Washington. He canceled the rest of his visits, and he was supposed to make his commitment July 1st. And he canceled his visits and is committing tomorrow, which will be today by the time this episode comes out.
Throwing Eklund in there with Huffman and Wiltfong is a very, very sly thing you did there, Matt.
Well, it's the three. They're the three people that threw him in there. So
listen, Eklund never
not
counts.
gonna lie.
Even when
not
he's
gonna
right.
lie.
Even when he's right, he doesn't count.
Even when he's right, he's wrong.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, Rashid Williams though, like big time, 228 nationally. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at it right now. Yes, 228 nationally. Has offers from SEC schools, most of the Pac-12.
What odds would you give it? He's your best commit all year.
I would give it it's pretty likely.
If you had to place money on an odd, what odd would you take?
There's like a 50-50 chance.
I think it's like an 80-20 chance he's your best.
But hey, .91 is still pretty
No, yeah,
good.
it's a really solid player.
He's top 300. And considering, how most people have been feeling about recruiting, it's a win. And granted, it is Shepherd recruiting, and he is
thanks to
far and away Washington's best. Holy cow, best recruiter.
Only recruiter.
I'd group Morgan in there, but Morgan's not even a coach, so can't really.
Who's he landed?
I don't know. He's director of player personnel. Can he land anybody?
Yeah, Don Johnson was key in a lot of our recruitments before. He is doing better, by the way. Side note, he was standing outside of the hospital with Dan Lanning today. Seen a video of that.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how serious it was when it first happened, but like apparently
Yeah.
it was real bad.
Yeah. I feel like they kept it under wraps for a bit though.
I still don't know what it is. My guess is stroke with how he like looks and acts. Stroke or heart attack, something of the sort. But
hey, he's still kicking.
And he's still gonna be out there recruiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're recruiting. Your director of player personnel can be a big factor in recruiting.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna tag him on a 24/7 page though. Is what I'm saying. They're not gonna get the credit for it.
Oh shoot, he got tagged by and there's some recruits who have committed who only tagged him.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just like when the Polk County kids got offered, they only tagged Malcho.
Oh yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
It's whoever they're in contact with.
Yeah.
But
I mean, big news for Washington. I mean, that's going to be the first high-profile blue chip recruit of the 2023 class, which they're sitting in the top 54 right now. Which
top 50, whoop whoop,
improvement. So they're at 64 for 2022. They're slowly climbing back up that ladder.
We will use Williams to transition. That's the word I was fucking looking for. Into Jaden Rashada, the quarterback, his teammate out of high school, who is not considering Washington.
Who is definitely, especially after his brother got academically prowessed.
Yeah, that is still the dumbest thing on earth. Because, what's his name blamed that for things at Notre Dame, but we know they don't give a fuck about your grades if you're going to play football.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Either that or you really have to be that, they have to be. You literally have to not show up to a single class.
Stanford makes exceptions. Back to this point that we've made, I haven't talked about it in a few months. Who the fuck does Washington think they are? Stanford and Notre Dame are willing to bend rules. Do you think you're either one of them?
Yeah, I can tell you. And it's also like a big piece in recruiting one of the top quarterback prospects in 2023. Hello? Let's maybe use that a bit.
Yeah, I don't understand who I know it's not your football team or your athletics team. I don't understand who the university thinks they are. Yes, you're a really good academic institution, but I'm sorry you're not snipping Stanford.
They're trying from what I've seen, they're trying a bit too hard to get those admissions rates down
They want to be Stanford.
from the general population. So
They want to be
yeah,
Stanford.
yeah, they do.
They want to be an
Still a great
FBS
school,
Ivy
but
League.
their administration across the board is very odd.
Yeah.
They're not a group, to put it nicely.
The only people I know there is an Ivy League, but the only schools that I would consider Ivy League tier in FBS are Syracuse and Stanford.
Syracuse.
Syracuse, are they not as good a school as they used to be? I know they were a really fucking good school.
I mean, I'm sure it's a great institution, but like admission
It's not up there with
rate-wise,
Stanford in
no,
them?
it's not up there. It'd be like Stanford, Notre Dame, Michigan,
Northwestern.
Northwestern,
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Yep.
Vanderbilt's a
It's
really good university. I'll be going
Mhm.
to see the guy who founded Vanderbilt's mansion in December. That should be fun.
Nice.
The Biltmore should be cool.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
So
you're gonna tell him how to run a football program?
I'm gonna tell them how to run a football program because they don't know how.
Clearly.
But back to Jaden Rashada. He's considering Oregon, Ole Miss, Miami, and a couple other teams, I think, are on his list.
Yeah.
But
Cal, because that's the home school, Texas A&M.
fucking Cal.
and-
Adding Cal
Yeah,
on
Cal.
that list, like, we believe you, Jaden. Okay,
Yeah.
you're considering Justin fucking Wilcox. All right.
Can you imagine? Okay, let's just
We
try to
lose.
imagine it for
We
a
lose
second.
him
Let's
to
just try to
Wilcox.
imagine it for a second, Mike. It's a Cal. All
To
those.
Wilcox.
I'm not just. It's a Justin Wilcox. I'm not even saying Oregon. Like this is for A&M. This is for Ole Miss. This is for Miami. You lose one of the best quarterback prospects
To Cal.
in 2023 to Cal.
To Berkeley. Oh, that's another one of the Ivy Leagues. We forgot Berkeley.
Yeah, Berkeley's up there,
But
and UCLA and USC. Okay, whatever.
yeah,
not what we're talking about.
not fucking happening. It's most people think it's between Oregon, Ole Miss, and Miami. I don't think Miami's really in there. When it comes down to it, when it comes down to put pen to paper, Miami's really far. Just like Oregon is really far. Remember when Avante Williams had that change of heart and ended up going to Miami, oddly enough. But that's a far distance to really adjust to once you put that
I
pen to
feel like
paper.
at the end of the day, though, if you throw a big enough bag, it won't matter. And all those schools can throw big bags. So
Yeah, all these schools are going to throw bags. That's probably why Washington, again, is not in it. Because they do it the right way.
they do it the right way. Well, they must have thrown something at Williams. That's all I got to say about that. So they're scrounging
Textbooks.
pennies together or something. 401ks.
They threw textbooks at them, stocks and bonds and options. And...
Isn't that like your thing?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, don't throw yourself under the bus here, man.
I paid Williams to go to Washington.
Well, Mike Black, bagman for Washington.
Listen, you know what I'm a bag man for? Oregon track. Men's and
Smooth.
women's Pac-12 champions. Because
There you go.
let's be okay. Well, I will defend this real quick. Preface this by saying, track is more important than rowing. Track,
Is it more important than softball?
yes,
You think so?
yes.
Maybe to you.
Are you
Maybe
getting?
to
Are you
you.
getting Tedero McMillan from softball?
No, but I'm sure the viewership numbers would beg to differ.
On average, sure, but Oregon's no. Well, I don't know. Oregon's softball team is infamous for something that we're not going to mention on this podcast.
I'm also not trying to throw Oregon under the bus. I'm just saying overall, I feel like softball is the more popular sport than track and field.
I would bet, I might be wrong, that Oregon track has better attendance numbers than most softball programs.
They do have a nice stadium.
It's really fucking nice,
really
dog.
nice.
That shit is so nice.
That's like the mecca of United
Stadiums.
States track. Yeah.
Stadium. That just like
Stadiums, yeah.
I know it doesn't hold as many as other stadiums, so it's obviously not going to be listed as one of the best.
It's a cool venue.
But if you
though.
just look at it, and if you were able to just multiply the size, that is the most beautiful venue I've seen. So maybe a Glory Days Coliseum.
Yeah.
But like,
that seems nice.
it's beautiful. When I seen it redone and they had that Frank Sinatra playing on the loudspeakers and that got me, man. And then we still lost on a track football recruit in Tedero McMillan, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah,
Doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares?
we won the women's and men's track Pac-12 champion. I think we've won
Yep.
the men's like 876 times in a row.
Literally, yeah.
And
The
we
whole
just took
pack
the
is pretty
women's.
good. It's kind of an Olympic factory, though. That whole conference is insane.
Which makes it, to me, even more impressive that we've won the men's like 873
Yeah.
years in a row. Women's, we just took it back from USC. I could have those mixed up, but I don't think I do.
Yeah, no, it was USC. USC's.
No, yeah, I'm saying it could be
Really good.
men's, but not women's. But I think we're better at men's than
Yeah.
we are women's. I think we just took back women's
Yeah.
from USC.
Yes, USC's been up there for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great to be an Oregon Duck, man. You know, we're winning something. And we're damn near the top 25 in recruiting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We would be
wanna
in
hear
the
something-
top 25 if Kyler Casper didn't reclassify.
True. You want to hear something really interesting?
What?
Washington is actually 22nd in the transfer class rankings right now. Can you believe it?
I don't understand because like the transfers they've gotten are like, eh.
I mean, Oregon's at 18, so you're not too far ahead.
See, we had Christian Gonzalez and and Sam Taki money me my Taimani. There we go.
That has to be
Fuck.
racist. That has to be racist.
What? I couldn't
That
think
has
of the
to be-
name. I was trying to think of it.
No, I got you.
Edit in the Drewski.
Drewski.
But no, yeah, we had Taki and Gonzalez, so I don't know how we're that low because those are two
Yeah.
really good players. Thanks, Washington, for Taki. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah, of course.
You know what? This is not in our topics list, but I just thought of it. We were talking in the group chat the other day. Washington's 3 best players. We struggled to name 3 players who were good.
I named McMillan CTF, and then that third one's up in the air. The third one to go to is Kirkland. I was not impressed with him last season, so I threw out Westover. You can
but
throw
he
out
beat KT.
XYZ.
He was bullying and fucking ref it
What is your take, Mike?
on your guys' best players.
Yeah, ZTF, McMillan, and who?
ZTF, McMillan, and Twitter user Matt Schwaz.
Twitter user Matt Schwaz.
You know, it's really hard to pick a third because if you were to tell me right now with what we've seen, do you have 3 NFL players on your roster? I'd say no. But I can't doubt that you guys will develop someone in the secondary until it happens.
Yeah. There'll be somebody there. I think Perryman's actually that transfer corner.
He's solid.
Pretty good. He's solid.
You know, like there's a lot of guys you could argue third, and then at the same time, a lot of those guys you could argue wouldn't play at a lot of major Power Fives.
I think it's hard too because a lot of the guys that you would probably want to name for that are transfers, and you're not going to know until you see them play, just because they're in a completely different.
And they're
setting.
coming into a different level for the most part.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I mean, you have some guys from the ACC, and you have some guys from the Big Ten, and that kind of stuff.
If they're
but
coming
still.
from the ACC, they're going up a level. As bad as the Pac-12 is, the ACC is worse.
I agree. We agree on something, Mike. Can you believe it? It's crazy.
I mean, Trey Benson
that?
just went from running back 5 to running back 1 or 2 at Florida State. So that ought to tell you something.
But I thought you were a Miami fan.
The minute I changed my profile picture, some Oregon
Just change
fans
it back
said,
to the picture, please.
Some Oregon
Go
fan-
back to the
some-
crystal ball picture, bro.
Should I make it a cartoon?
Yeah, you should.
Some Oregon fan said, I don't care what a Miami fan thinks. And I'm like, bro, you fucking...
I'm so sure LaMike Black is a
LaMike!
Miami fan. I'm so sure.
LaMike!
I'm so sure.
Because of course, my real name is LaMike, obviously.
Yes,
It's
clearly.
blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love it. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that it was tough for us to name 3 players on Washington, like as the stand-up best.
Yeah. All the other 3 would be transfers for me. And again,
So I
can't figure it out.
I have a project. Are you familiar with the Game of Thrones new series coming up, House of the Dragon?
Yes, I am.
So I have a graphic being made, and they asked
Okay.
for 6 players. And I was just thinking, if Washington did the same thing, who the fuck would they be putting on there?
Most of them would be because it'd be those 2. It would be Kirkland would be on there.
Would you be putting
I'm
fucking
sure they'd
Dylan
put-
Morris?
They'd put a quarterback on there. no
Which
matter who it
quarterback are you putting on there?
is. They're gonna do they have to do the jersey swap or a spring input of Penix because no way in hell I'm letting them put Morris on that graphic.
But is Morris gonna start?
No, We're not speaking this into
Are you
existence. We're not
100%
doing it.
sure Penix is
I
starting?
am. I am sure that I don't know. I'm 100% sure that it is 100% up in the
God,
air.
it's yeah. Who else do you put on there? You put Eddie
Yeah,
injured.
yeah. Oh,
You,
duh. I forgot about him for top three, but he is injured.
you put
So that
Savell.
is.
He's probably the next biggest name, even though he's not good.
If you're talking about big names, Sam Heward has to be on it, but Mr.
Mr. Fourth
Four
String.
interception, Mr. Fourth Interception Merchant.
You like that Mr. Fourth String, huh, man? I almost got you there.
You almost did. They don't even have a fourth quarterback on the roster, I don't think.
Exactly.
So
He would be behind Royce
producer
Freeman on
Matt
the depth chart.
Schwaz.
He'd be behind Royce Freeman on the depth chart. Royce Freeman
Yeah,
has a
you could
touchdown.
put some guys up there. Definitely, they would not be household names. All six of them would not be household
I would
names.
argue you don't have a household name.
It has to be ZTF.
Exactly.
That's it.
I would argue we only have one household name, and he's not our best player.
Bo Nix.
Justin Flo.
Bo Nix.
Dark horse for the Heisman.
Yes.
Do you think Sewell
I mean,
is a household name?
No.
I think Flo.
Well,
I think Flo
I
is
think
because
the
of how
family,
popular his high
the
school
family
tape
name
was.
of Sewell, maybe. Like
is
the family
nationally
name. Like
famous for what? Utah and Oregon, or because Panay is really good?
because Panay's really
Because
good.
Panay is really fucking good.
Yeah, I don't think Sewell. I even Flo nationally.
Flo, his high school tape, it was. There's a
know,
reason it's
but-
got millions and millions of views.
I know.
That's like who else had insane high school tape? LaMelo.
Yeah, true.
Actually, no. You know his high school tape was more popular than LaMelo's, even though he's not better in the pros. His brother Lonzo's. Lonzo's high school tape was huge back in the day, man. I was talking about that, and then he went to fucking UCLA. Fucking hate John Morris. Ookla. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It'll be fun to see how it goes on. I'm gonna make powered by Twitter Spaces in the bottom of that graphic.
Yes.
And I guess we gotta talk about it.
Yeah, now we have to talk about it. We were beating around the bush.
I guess we gotta talk about
every time I think Oregon
Twitter
has is done eating itself alive and everybody's done beating the crap out of each other. Owen starts something, it just evolves. I don't my brain can't comprehend how it just keeps happening and it keeps blowing up worse than it did.
Instead of the dance of dragons, it's the dance of ducks where they're just killing each other.
Literally. Powered by Oregon Twitter Spaces, man. This time it's
Sponsored
Nick Cody
by
and
HBO.
Owen yeah. Nick Cody and Owen getting into it. That's
and that other Allison and Owen and
yeah,
I will say Nick is becoming more and more like Jordan Ruffett every day.
Every fan base needs one.
Yeah, I thought we had one with what's his name, Jared Sawyer.
No.
God, I'm glad I haven't seen that name in a long time.
He's been kind of off of his game.
Because isn't he probably private because he got mad at somebody said a mean thing or something?
I don't know. Not that I keep up that extensively.
Bring back Al.
Al exists.
Al is not as entertaining as he used to be. He's soft.
No, because he's got like 8 accounts suspended.
Yeah, and also because like now he has no like Washington's not even trying to be good to help him out.
Yeah. If anything, he craps on him more than anybody else.
Did you see Carlos's thing about Hunger Game districts for Oregon fans?
Yes.
What 12 districts do you think there should be?
I liked his 10 that he had.
I add 2 more.
Those were I don't know, because I saw then the joke of Husky fans as Ducks and the Duck fans as Huskies. I have to bring it up real quick because I can't remember what they all were.
Skodas has to be one.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And then what's another one? What's another one?
Yeah, so we have alums, Floridians, which is you, LaMike Blank.
I fit in like 5 of them.
I think Florida is the most
The most fitting.
yeah, most fitting.
But they also assume
Oregonian
some people are.
non-alums, former USC fans, former players, trolls, spaces freaks, hype men, writers and podcasters, and old heads.
I'm not a podcaster.
I think you're more known for being
Florida man,
from
Mike.
Florida.
But see, the off-putting thing is Lack. People is gonna assume is a Florida man, but he lives in Seattle.
It's true. It's true.
There's
Shout
gonna
out
be
Lack, by the way.
divided
His new merch drop
allegiances.
is nice. Those
Yeah,
shorts are nice, bro.
Lack's the homie. Lack's merch is
Yeah.
dope. Go check it out. At
Mhm.
Lackavelli on Twitter, and probably the same thing on Instagram. I don't use that shit. He's old, so he does.
I'm
But
trying to see the comments. I can't think of three more
SCOTUS has
districts.
to be another one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You gotta
after
think of
that.
2 more though. That's
No, that's 10. You'd need 12.
Oh geez.
11 with SCOTUS.
Oh no, but the original tweet was 13 districts.
I thought there was 12 districts in Hunger Games.
I think there's 13. If
Okay.
I mean, no matter what. Yeah.
SCOTUS, the fucking Hulks. The green with the yellow O Hulks. and then the fucking Facebook group.
Mm. That kind of groups with old heads though.
No, because there's different
No.
old heads. Owen's an old head.
That's true.
Owen is not a Facebook
He's
grouper.
ancient. He's like 40. That's like ancient on the internet.
Yeah,
bro.
that is ancient. It's ancient when you're dealing with ignorant motherfuckers like me. Who wins? Someone added me and said I was in my own division.
That was me.
Was that you? Said me in a cage?
Yeah, I said District 13, Mike Black in a cage.
Why am I in a cage?
Because you deserve it,
Am I too
frankly.
dangerous for these fools?
Yeah. And you still said I'm cooking everyone.
I'm cooking them boys. Which one of them want smoke? Christmas lights?
I don't know, man. I
love Oregon
don't
Twitter.
know. I feel like every week we have to update the listeners on the Twitter saga. There's
We'll just
always
keep
something
doing
new.
it. We'll just keep them
Our
updated.
weekly Twitter.
Right now, we're trying
powered
to
by
schedule
Ducks
a
and Dogs
celebrity.
Twitter Spaces.
We're trying to schedule celebrity boxing between Owen and Nick.
I
My
still
money's
feel
on
like
Owen.
it has to be. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it has to be Wilbur and Owen, and then Nick and Ref it though.
Listen, you know what I'm still disappointed in being a supreme failure? Owen and fucking Wilbur's space.
Yeah.
It was so bad. They were all being nice, and I still am mad about it. Like, why the fuck are y'all being nice? Y'all the same motherfuckers who be telling me to jump off a building.
They host one for just Oregon fans, and it gets
and
super
it's so
hostile.
heated. Because, bro, we don't. Let's be real. Or I don't know. It's probably because I just finished rewatching Game of Thrones. Is why I keep bringing it back to this. It's literally the plot of the next show. I don't know if you've read the books, but it's like a family is split between the blacks and the greens because of a dress the person they support wore. So that's what they started being called, and they just started killing each other. That's what we're doing right now. This is the Blackfire Rebellion right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking great though.
It's
so much entertainment, and I love it.
Yeah, it is. It really. Like I feel like I spend more time just observing Oregon Twitter than I do any other fan base. Even more so than Washington. It's
because Washington Twitter's starting to become USC Twitter, dormant and non-existent.
I was gonna say USC Twitter exists.
USC Twitter's starting to pop off because all their Twitter accounts say
They're coming out of the woodworks
January
now,
2022. Like, motherfucker, if you don't get your ass out of here, your at 3 weeks ago was Quack Attack 87. Little man. It'll be fun. This is gonna be a fun season.
Yeah. I'm actually excited. Like overall college football, I think it'll be nuts. I think I've said this before, but I think this season will be off the wall.
Oregon, Georgia not getting game day or fucking big noon is so stupid. You gave it to Ohio State. Ohio State, Notre Dame. Oregon just beat Ohio State with Anthony Brown, and Georgia just won the national championship. Why the fuck did you give it to Ohio State and Notre Dame?
I thought Oregon was a national brand, Mike.
Ducks and Dogs podcast is going to come live from Atlanta. Dead ass.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, half of it will. The Ducks part of it will.
You ain't gonna be on. I'll bring a laptop.
Yeah. Film it with like an iPhone camera, and you're holding me like with
I
the
have a
laptop.
laptop. No.
There you go.
We'll do it before I go to the game. Like, it's sitting in the
Yeah,
hotel
like in
room.
the yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe in a parking lot at some kind of tailgate or whatever's going on out there. I'll hook up. I got a hotspot on my phone. I'll hook that bitch up.
There you go.
We'll be live.
I'm excited. It'll be fun.
We could go live from the Ducks and Dogs Instagram to get people to follow that bitch.
Well, there you go.
Live
Yeah, if you're listening,
from the
follow the
Ducks and Dogs Instagram.
That's a good
be in
segue
Atlanta.
because not that we really post anything different than we do on Twitter.
We
kinda
don't
just
post anything on the Instagram.
Yeah, give us a reason to post stuff though. How
Follow
about
us.
that? Yeah, and we'll post stuff besides when our episodes go live, which I didn't even do last week. So,
I'm surprised our episode went
Oops.
live last week. Let's be real.
yeah, it's still got half decent viewership.
It's still
I think.
off season.
Yeah, it's
I'm
still
ready for the
off-season.
regular season. I'm ready to get back to 100 plus views a video.
I am too.
It's just so nice seeing 3 digits there. I
Mhm. Makes
wonder,
me feel popular.
is the pay? Can you check if the pay episode's at 1,000 yet?
I can check that right now while you do our outro. How about that?
Alrighty. Well, guys, I want to thank you for listening to the Ducks and Dogs podcast or watching, whatever you're doing. If you're in the toilet or on the shower, yeah. I'm just continuing that.
Yep, roll with it.
If you're doing one of those two things and listen to the podcast, I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, wash behind your ears.